Rose actually has blood on her hands for perpetuating a lie. It's disgusting.
I know, she's horrible. I don't see what she says.
You know, she supported the idea.
I agree, she's horrible.
She supported genocide. And she called me a Nazi, and basically she believes the entire land is occupied and should be liberated. It's like...
And she lives in Tel Aviv.
I don't know, like she lives in here, I don't know.
It's sort of the same...
Tel Aviv.
It's sort of the same performative altruism that you see from white liberals in America, where they try to, advocate for the alleged, human rights abuses for black people and all this kind of stuff.
It's
I think it's performative. It's performative.
It's not to feel like more superiority and...
I'll tell you why it is performative. She literally told me, she told me out of the blue, she didn't give a fuck Ronnie is being killed by the regime. So I told her, that's fine, Ambrose, but don't expect me to give a fuck about you either then. Your cause.
Listen. There's an argument to be made that I don't like the current government of Israel, but not for the reasons why other people don't like it. I don't like it because I have beliefs in the way Prime Minister should act. I'm almost 50 years old. Okay, I grew up as a nerd.
As a kid.
Yeah, Ken בדיוק כזה. אבל אני לא מדבר עברית, don't tell anybody.
אני לא מדבר עברית.
אני לא מדבר עברית, סקי. But I don't prefer to speak in Hebrew. I prefer to speak in Hebrew.
And I envy the Ambrose because she can sit in the Israel.
Let me just finish the thing. My point is,
yeah.
You can have opinions that I might deem awful, but you should qualify it. Like, I could say I don't like the Chicago Bulls. I know that's I don't watch basketball. I don't like it, don't care, can't play it well. But if I went into a space with people talking about basketball, I'm like, wow, Chicago Bulls, Michael Jordan sucks. I'm like, what is my opinion worth? So I think people should be cognizant. Being born in Israel, being Israeli or living there does not give you some carte blanche to bullshit about Israel. I grew up with people like Abba Eben. I read all his books in school. I grew up with the understanding of the region. It wasn't, something that was just made up. But we have a lot of people who they call themselves Israeli. Good, you hate your country. I said to someone, a Jewish person on Twitter, I can't stand Rose, she's a horrible person. Okay, maybe she's a horrible person, I don't know her. But I actually think the existence of people like Rose actually prove who's right in this equation morally. The fact that people like Rose can sit in Tel Aviv and shit all over the whole concept of the state of Israel proves one thing. Israel is the more moral society because they tolerate opinions that diverge from the status quo. Now, none of that can be said anywhere, not in the Palestinian Authority, not in Jordan, not in Egypt, not anywhere. So I think we should congratulate and we should lift up people like Rose and say, see, we have people that are entitled to their opinions no matter how uneducated, no matter how ridiculous, no matter how bizarre, because we don't cut their heads off and we don't stone them for having shitty opinions. We say, okay, wow, this guy's gone off the derech. This lady's gone off the derech. So her existence literally demonstrates the vitality, the forward-thinking nature of the state of Israel, because we don't murder people. We don't beat them forget murder. We don't even chastise them for their opinion. Like, we can say online, you're a horrible person, you support a terror group, you're kind of weird, because we have a higher standard that we adhere to, and the same cannot be said about her confrères. Confrères is French, means with brothers, it means brotherly love. Garbage person, garbage beliefs, but she's entitled to her shitty opinions. That's my argument.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing that you said, that I envy her that she can sit in the Israel and criticize the Israel and everything else that she's saying. I envy her. I wish I could do the same in the Iran.
I mean, saying that, don't underestimate how dangerous she is either. You know, Israel's losing this propaganda war, and
you know what? They're not. You know, let me tell you something. Let me break it down, Brett. From 1940, so from the 1880s up until 1947, do you know how much land was stolen by Jews and that they lived on? How many dunams? How many square centimeters?
They only purchased.
What do you mean?
I don't think they.
Zero.
Yeah, I don't think they stole any.
The answer is zero. The answer is zero.
Oh, you're in the wrong game. Here we are. We know.
Yeah, no. The answer is no. A lot of people don't know. It's zero. So no land was stolen. No land was taken from anybody. There were, opportunists in the Arab world that sold shitty land in the Jezreel Valley and the Hula Valley, malarial-infested swamps, garbage land, non-arable. I grew up on a farm. I know what the land is like. They bought it. They worked it. A lot of Jews left. They couldn't hack it. A lot of Jews died.
Dunes that were not fertile, like many dunes they were, because it's like next to the entire coastline.
Yeah, it's all junk. Now, if they buy the land and then they declare a state with the recognition under the auspices of the international community, how on earth can someone who is a descendant of people who did that come on the internet or anywhere, the town square, and say, man, my country's illegitimate? What are you talking about? Then get your ass up and leave. Go and move wherever you want in the world. Find refugees. Move to Saudi Arabia. Move to Kuwait. But don't stay there.
Her excuse is that she wants to fight it from the inside. She wants to take advantage of her privilege of basically crumbling the state from within. For example, via Knesset, of course, no, but this is like her reasoning. Staying in Israel, this is how she's kind of like enjoying the cake and, how do you call it, eat the cake and keep it cold. So she rationalizes.
That's no different than the American life.
No, it is different. It is different because the American aren't indigenous Native Americans, but Jews are indigenous to Israel. So it's doubly.
No, I think it means.
No, but
it means those that are saying America is this and this and a horrible place to hate, but stay there.
Yeah. No, they're saying it's stolen land. America is mostly a horrible country, but they don't live.
She's messaging me here, Olive and Spencer. I don't know who Olive is, but I know it's John Spencer. She hates John Spencer. She doesn't like the fact that a sophisticated military expert doesn't think that a genocide did not happen. Over. That's it. I mean, if you're dumb enough to, imagine being so, what kind of Stockholm syndrome is it? If you believe what a fucking group of people that murdered, first of all, my family member, and murder their own people, and rape women, and burn them alive, and you're like, I think I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. You have to be all sorts of fucked up to think.
Oh, it's a resistance. It's a resistance. I have a right to resist.
I'm sorry to say, for the sad tragedy of the October 7 victims, this is how they thought and this is what they got. That niceness, let's give them the benefit of the doubt. This is what happened to the October 7 victims.
Well, I didn't say give them
the same arm that fed them, bit them. And this is
Emrose knows that, Rafi, and she's still backs for.
Again, so that they don't learn their lesson until it happens to them. Let it happen to them. Simple as that. It's just a matter of time. Trust me, we have a God, and again, God's will, everything goes the way it should be going, guys.
Well,
If the Muslims believe in God, the Jews believe in God, everything that Allah's doing
Exactly.
is for a purpose.
It's Allah's will.
Allah wants the Muslims dead. The Muslims need to understand, because they're clearly not getting what they want with the Jews and the Israel. Because if Allah wanted it and Allah was so great, He would have given it to them.
It's a bit upsetting what Allah wanted with Gaza, though, when you look at Gaza. Why would Allah want that with Gaza?
Because they're not biased enough.
So I say, the people that support the Gazans, they all have blood on their hand. Every single person that pushes that resistance.
Yes.
Tells them, good job, resist, do this, do that. Every single cocksucker has blood on their hands.
Yes.
Because you're basically, you're gonna kill one fucking Jew, 10 Muslims are gonna die. You know this is what's gonna happen. So what are you fucking pushing for your propaganda war?
I would respect them if she went and armed herself and went up against the EDF. I would respect her more instead of pushing other people's children to resist against the occupying army. I mean, what the fuck?
Excuse me, Brett. How can she go down to Dizengoff and have a cafe chocolato mochaccino if she did that? That's ridiculous, Brett. You're not.
That's true. I'm sorry. I apologize.
They can do whatever they want.
Do you think
it's a
God wants
minority
everyone
group that people
God
laugh
wants?
at? Pardon?
Do you think God wants everyone dead, or do you think God wants peace?
God wants peace, and God don't want Israel.
Hold on.
That's
When you, God wants peace, but when you push a resistance is violence. And violence is not what God wants.
That's not resistance. So I said this to Rachel
So
yesterday.
like,
I said,
you're going to try to sacrifice a goat?
yeah, okay, enough with the goat and Ben Gavir. You can blame, who you can blame for Ben Gavir? Emrose. People like Emrose.
Are you going to justify those actions?
Are you listening? Do you speak English, or am I speaking
I hear
Mandarin?
you well enough. I hear you on X all of the time. I am
All right,
listening.
so
Come on, guys. Bren will come back in the room if we keep doing that. Just one at a time.
One mic at a time.
Just one at a time, please.
What I'm saying to you is the same terror supporters blame terrorism on Israel, saying if Israel didn't exist, there'd be no Hamas. Oh wow! So if Jews don't live, Hamas wouldn't exist. Well, that's not a tenable equation. Okay,
That's actually the equation.
Yeah, that is the equation. Like, what people don't understand, if you don't understand the Jewish experience in the Arab world, you have no business speaking. You should shut the fuck up. Honestly.
There is no Jew experience in Arab world.
No, the
They're
Jewish
just an
experience
outsider.
previously.
Okay,
No,
we
I'm saying-
understand.
Yeah.
No,
So
come on.
when Jews lived in the Arab world, the treatment that Jews always had was obedience, is one of subservience. It wasn't one of
Jews
like,
don't belong in Arab world.
Who's talking? Why are you
I'm talking.
The Jews have their own state.
I'm talking.
Wait.
You're not talking.
Wait,
No, I'm talking. Yeah, I'm
Yeah, no one
talking.
cares.
Yeah, I congratulate.
Yeah. You will be quiet. What do you mean Jews do not belong in the Arab world? What makes you think that Israel is the
Hold on.
is in the Arab world?
Hold on, Glover. We're not engaging with her right now. And Yuda Flander playing, I'm gonna teach her how Allah does it. She opens up her fucking mic. I will treat her like Allah would treat a woman. So it's fine. Yuda, finish your fucking sentence. I'm sorry, but you were interrupted.
No worries.
After that, Yolo will go and she'll talk. She's not gonna tell me she's talking in my fucking room.
Thank you. Yeah, so for the Jewish experience in the Arab world, if one wants to understand the condition that Israel faces today, you have to understand the experience of the Jews, of the Mizrahim, the Sephardim. Jews have always been, we've been very careful to not go too far, not be too loud, God forbid. But the difference is this: in the Christian world, Europe, Christian Europe did stuff. There was emancipation, things changed. Humanity flourished. The Enlightenment occurred. Science progressed. Now, unfortunately, in other parts of the world, that did not happen. So it's very bizarre and rich for someone to talk about the golden age of Al-Andalus. Cool story. There's no similarity in the Middle East 100 years ago, 50 years ago, today. And so if you want to brag about the fact that Jews were subjugated in the Arab world as if that's a fucking win for you, it's not a win for you. That's why these countries can't produce a light bulb. They have oil. That's how they get things, because they have things in the ground that other people dug up for them and processed. The Germans, the French, the Americans, the British. So I think you should kind of stay in your lane, be very happy you're sitting on oil, but you're not someone special. You haven't done anything. You haven't contributed to the advancement of humanity. I know she's gone. It's too bad.
She's gone.
It's fine. She heard what she needed to hear, and she
Well,
understood.
I'll
She
just
can't rebuttal it.
say, like, as much as I come in here passionate, like, I don't speak like that, and I've got to say, like, I've got a lot of respect and appreciation for all of you that actually get subject to that sort of bullshit on a regular basis. Like, I hear people come into these rooms and try to think like they know what the fuck's going on.
they don't know what the fuck's going on. A lot of what they share is their own neurotic, fucking shit that's inside of them while they're having an opinion about a conflict that's happening in the world. And that's what we just heard, was a person's own neurotic shit come out in their opinion about a conflict that's happening in the globe. And so I just had to take that time to say, whoever was speaking before had no idea what the heck they're talking about anyways. And I can't believe how often you all have to listen to people that know fucking nothing about the conflict, fucking nothing about the cultures, and all that you have to hear is their own neurotic fucking bullshit come out of their voice.
That's 99.9% of people.
I'm just curious who you're reframing that to. Was that towards
YOLO? No, YOLO.
Oh, got it.
No, absolutely not. Yehuda, by the way, it's actually an honor to be able to speak with you. I listened to you quite a bit since the conflict ever started, and even I was paying attention to Ukraine as well, and you were quite prominent in those rooms. I enjoy listening to you speak. I just want you to know
so
that.
much. I appreciate it. No, I'm new to Clubhouse, and I'm happy to be here. Rafi, you're a great moderator. Glow, Daniel, Brett, some really nice people here. I like it better than Twitter. Twitter has turned into like a real cesspool.
Clubhouse turns into a cesspool. People move to Twitter, so Clubhouse was once successful. Everybody moved to Twitter. Now I'm noticing a lot of people
but I noticed
Twitter back to Club.
Yeah, and I wasn't on Club. I made an account a couple of years ago. One of the volunteers told me to, and we did a space, and then I never logged in again. But I mean, in Twitter, it's like now it's like I'm talking to people who are like, no, I'm pretty sure Jews drink the blood of babies, and it's like the level of stupidity is so high that I just can't really
YouTube,
adjust
you
to
need
it.
to know that this is a social audio space. I'm a politician and a journalist. Statements like that, they're referring to other platforms. Nobody made that statement in an affirmative.
And I appreciate that.
So if I have to peel this video, please watch and listen to the full context of the conversation.
The actual person for who he is, attack them with points. Again, you're gonna act stupid, disrupt the stage, you're out. Simple as that. This is a fucking normal conversation for grown-ass people. You guys wanna be retarded? Have retarded conversations. This is not part of it.
Can we discuss Epstein? May we discuss?
Point is making an appearance. Cappuccino has arrived.
I was surprised because at first, for the first 30 minutes, I didn't know, believe it or not, didn't know what side you were on because you were so cool with everybody. And I thought that actually says a lot about you and your ability to moderate. So I normally have, because of the years, I got online in 2022, and I kind of lost my patience for people that were ridiculous, you know? But I do.
All the rooms became echo chambers on Clubhouse, and it became fucking
Fair enough.
to listen to.
Fair enough. No, but I mean, like, I was trying to be nice because I thought Buttercup was your friend or something.
No, I modder up for a reason why I want the other side to feel safe to come in, so they.
Well, that's and I noticed that. And I noticed that after, but the point is, every time I made a point, I was told that my point was too old. Okay, so you want to talk about a conflict that isn't 5 days old, right? It's 100 years old, you know, and that the person didn't want to do it. But the fact that you let her speak, I thought, I wouldn't have let her spoke that long, but I think you're a better man than I am, right? But I think it's instructive for the audience. I think if the audience is listening, that's really good, because she kind of hangs herself with the rope, right?
Yeah, listen, I gotta let her land her plane at the end of the day, too.
No, it's totally cool. But what I was saying about the situation of Jews in the Arab world, like, I grew up with a family member who was married into a Lebanese family in New York. Okay, Lebanese Jews, and the great uncle of mine, I mean, he was much older than his wife, and he was quite old. And I remember at Pesach, he would always talk about his experiences and how his dad was kidnapped during the civil war in Lebanon. And he's a religious Jewish guy, like a Mizrahi religious Jewish guy, not like a black hat guy, but he was, you know, he bought his own synagogue, like he endowed a synagogue in his own name. Very classy guy. And every Pesach, you know, he would listen, you know, Chol Pesach, he would listen to Lebanese music from the 60s, and he would almost not cry, but pine. He would be very reminiscent of how beautiful Beirut was for Jews back then. And I always thought to myself, why do you even care, right? Like, why would you? But for him, that was his history, that was his past. And so when this individual came up and said Jews don't belong in the Arab world, it's like, are you sure? Because I think her attitude doesn't belong in the Arab world, right? Jews were an integral part. Well, like the Britney Spears of Egypt in the 30s and 40s was a Jewish woman. You know what I mean? Like the Jews are a part of that world, and yet now we're told that we're, colonial, invaders from Norway or something, and it's just so bizarre to me. Anyway,
You know what? I've got a question for you because I've been listening to you for so long. I've always paid attention to this connection with like these autocratic dictators like Russia, China, Iran, North Korea, and it seems like they're all working together, right? Like the IRGC, Xi Jinping,
100%.
Vladimir Putin. Okay, cool. So it's just interesting, like over the course of years since the conflict, how well their propaganda machine has actually taken place in the minds of people that we have to listen to. So I just was curious about your thoughts. If you saw that connection, obviously you do. I'll just be quiet now. Thanks for being here. I've learned a lot from you over the years.
Thanks so much. I appreciate it. I didn't know I was doing that, and I appreciate the compliment. Yeah, no, my angle is this. I'm an Italian Jew that grew up in Canada, with Mizrahi roots and North African roots, and I got a really cool experience. Like, I was a kind of person that growing up, the Jews I grew up with didn't even know what Sephardi or Mizrahi Jews were, so it was kind of like, an honorary, Ashki. And I kind of learned to appreciate the other side. So in my mind, I always thought, look at the other side, right? Like, imagine you're in their shoes. What would you think? What would you say? And why would you think it, right? So that's what gave me kind of an openness to understand the Arab side of the conflict, right? But when it comes to anti-Semitism, if you study the history of it in the last 150 years, what a lot of people aren't aware of is one of the most telling, hallmarks of anti-Semitism originated in Tsarist Russia in the late 1800s, and it originated with a false document called the Protocols of the Elders of Zion. And it was created by the Tsarist secret police, or the secret police of the King of Russia. And it was literally plagiarized from a French novel that talked about a group of people trying to take over the world. Now, the French novel had nothing to do with Jews, but it was a fiction book, like Lord of the Rings or something. But the Russians turned it into a manifesto, and they swapped out the antagonist for Jews, and they pushed it. Now, they did it to subjugate their own population, to make people feel the reason why they're starving to death is because the Jews, not because the Tsarist Russians were taxing their people to death. And that manifesto, the Protocols of the Elders of Zion, found its way to Hitler and other weirdos who propagated it. Now, the place in the world where the Protocols of the Elders of Zion exists are in the minds of groypers and neo-Nazis in America, and pretty much the Arab world. So, there are probably 50,000 PhDs throughout the Arab world who've done their PhDs on the Protocols of the Elders of Zion. It's not a joke, it's real. So it's a fictitious book made by the Tsarist Russians, now used by people to inculcate a population to hate Jews. Now, why this is problematic, for obvious reasons, is if you teach a generation to believe that there's a minority group whose sole purpose is to subjugate and starve you, you're going to be racist, right? And that's exactly the condition we're in. So the Russian regime, under Vladimir Putin, is a reinvigoration of the Soviet regime, which was a reinvigoration of the Tsarist regime under a different color. And the reason why they do it, and this is not controversial, they can't beat America. The Soviet Union could not beat the United States. It's just fact. The Arab nations who were, supported by the Soviet Union could not beat Israel. The Israelis had gumption. They had gusto to survive, and they survived. So what they decided in the 60s, around 61, 62, 63, 64, that we can destroy them by destroying their societies. We're going to tell their societies, we're going to put information out that, America is a drug haven and a really immoral society, that the Soviet Union is a family-based thing, And that's their goal. Their goal is to destroy the West internally by promoting people like Emrose, by promoting people who say dumb stuff about the West. The West isn't perfect. We get it. Is there corruption? Sure. Humans are corrupt. It's not a new thing. But is it supremely better than regimes that have presidents for 30 years? How many presidents of the United States has Vladimir Putin met? And why is that problematic? Right? None of us here, at least I hope, don't think we're the smartest person in the room all the time. We don't think we're the best at anything. I'm not smart enough to be a prime minister. And I wouldn't think I'd be smart enough to be a prime minister for more than 4 years or 5 years, because there's someone smarter than me waiting in the wings. But these repressive regimes, whether they be Russia, China, North Korea, Iran, they have I call it a political culture. The political culture is that you need a strong man to do things to protect the people. And people will trade their freedoms and their rights for security or stability. Now, it works as long as the regime does stuff to promote and support the condition of their citizens. The Soviet Union was able to do it to a point where they couldn't even give people bread. And I grew up in Canada, for the most part, where I met a lot of Russian Jews. And there was a grand total of 0 Russian Jews who said, oh my God, I can't wait to go back to Moscow or St. Petersburg one day. Life was so grand. You know, they might appreciate Tchaikovsky, Nutcracker, fucking ballets and art, but there's no way that they wanted to go back there because it was palpably a shithole compared to the West, right? And this is something that the champagne socialists don't understand. They think, oh my God, it's equality, down with the bourgeoisie and blah, blah, blah. None of it's true. And so I once, and I'll land with this, I once had an occasion to speak with a friend of mine who's a girl, and I met her, and I thought she was pretty, and then we had a big argument on the first date, and I said to her, well, socialism isn't bad. What I mean by socialism, I meant like social medicine, insurance, stuff like that. But being a Russian Jewess, she was like, no, it's horrible. My family has suffered immeasurably by communism. And I learned to appreciate the fact that the root of all anti-Semitism in the modern world, for whatever reason, has come from Russia. It's come from Moscow. And they've pushed it through everywhere. And I'll add one thing. Sergei Lavrov, the Armenian-descended foreign minister of the Russian Federation, said on an Italian TV show in June of 2022, he was asked by the host, why do you keep saying that Ukraine is a Nazi state? It has a Jewish president. It has a Jewish defense minister. And Sergei Lavrov, who should know better, who does know better, said, without skipping a beat, he said, everyone knows the biggest anti-Semites are Jews. Hitler was Jewish himself. And this is when I said to myself, and the reason why, to the individual who just spoke to me, dude, you said, you heard me go off on it. I said to myself, you know what? I said, the Russia do something against Israel. Give it time. They will not be able to win in Ukraine because they're junk. And they're going to export their warfare and terror to the Middle East. My initial thought was they would actually pull the reins off of the terror groups in Syria to attack Israel. I didn't know that they would embolden Hamas to commit the largest genocide of the Jews since World War II, and they did. And there's a man in Israel, Likud senior party member, named Amit Weitman, and he said in an interview with Russia Today, I think in 2023, and he was admonished for it by the Likud, he said, don't worry, we know you did it. We know you did, and we will make sure Ukraine wins. And we will let you know we are coming for you. And he's a French Jew. And I think it was one of the most proud moments I've ever had, hearing an Israeli official literally call out Russian propaganda and say, we know Hamas did what they did because you gave the green light. You wanted to detract attention away to your stupid garbage war in Ukraine. And you exported this to Iran and Hamas because you wanted to change the world's focus. So yes, I do believe that there's an axis of evil, just like Ronald Reagan said. There's an axis of evil. It originates in Moscow, and they are doing their best to use Jews as a weapon to try to dominate the world. But they can't, because their culture, political culture sucks. They're not sophisticated as they say. And I've spoken too long. Thanks.
That was great. Wow. By the way, George W. met with Putin 28 times. during his presidency.
And he was tricked every time.
Yeah.
Thought that,
But he talked about how Putin
You were
would
across
try to have a
sometimes.
bigger dog than his dog, and just he played a lot of games with him, but he definitely met him 28 times. He makes a point when he does speeches now to talk about it. But it's so great what you just said. I mean, and you think about the Bolsheviks and how Lenin kind of created them through the Mensheviks, and Hitler basically did the same thing through the Thule Society, and the Muslim Brotherhood is taking the same kind of this philosophy that they have through the Islamic communities and into Western societies and countries, and they're all using the same playbook.
What's actually interesting?
Bolshevism, Nazism, Muslim Brotherhood, they're all created and they're accepted in the same era. Yeah, I mean, there it is.
Sorry, I gotta imagine. I'm new to Clubhouse. Someone said Yehuda's not Jewish. Okay.
Sorry,
What does that mean?
but just ignore it. You just have some people that have nothing else to do but write odd things in chats.
Oh, it's in chat. It's not to me. Okay, sorry. I didn't realize.
Yeah.
It's okay. They can come.
But you're so spot on about it. But those philosophies are all similar. They're all birthed
What's
around the same
interesting
time.
about the philosophy, though, is that you supported Donald Trump, and he's heavily influenced from a philosopher out of Russia. Actually, Alexander Dugin has probably manipulated Donald Trump quite a bit, and a lot of MAGA folks, if you actually look into his philosophy. So,
How do you know Trump is
Alexander Dugin wanted Donald Trump to win.
Has Trump quoted him? Has Trump said that?
No, he
I
hasn't.
didn't know,
Yeah.
where's that come from? I didn't know that.
In other words, Donald Trump has directly repeated things that Alexander Dugin has put forth.
Has he mentioned his name?
I don't
Not
think
by
so.
name, not that obvious.
So, dude, listen. Alexander Dugin is a horrible human being. I agree with you 100%. However, even with Putin, Alexander Dugin is like a Tucker Carlson to him. So, I get it. I think that a broken clock is right twice a day. I don't think that. I mean, listen. I'm more concerned about people around Trump, like J.D. Vance, and the people that don't like J.D. Vance himself. I think that's problematic, but I'm not sure. I agree with you. Alexander Dugin's super bad. A really weird. Like Alexander Dugin is like the bad guy in a movie. Like the things he says about the world. Like, Soviet Union things resurgence. West is decadent. He's a dinosaur, right? In terms of political philosophy, but I think he's a bit of a boogeyman, to be honest with you. He's not as important as some people think. That's my take on it.
And also, like, his inner circle of his friends and who's influenced him, I mean, and who's in his Mar-a-Lago crowd and who was his crowd in New York. I mean, there's just different influences. There's people like George Klein in New York, and Whitcock, by the way, was his buddy, and I mean, some of these people have had influence on him.
Who was his buddy?
So was Howard Lutnick.
Yeah, Howard Lutnick too, but George Klein is a
Hold on.
fabulous man.
Can you enlighten me? Did you say Dugin and Whitcock are friends? No way.
No, I said with Trump and Trump's circle and who he's surrounded himself with over the years and who's been in his or on his radar. I mean, it's to say everything about him that comes from a guy named Dugin, like you're discounting all the other people that have greatly influenced him. So dude, I knew him. I worked for him and knew him when he was in the gaming industry, and and what his philosophies were and how he and his Wasn't that great, Norm? I mean, you know, he was brilliant.
By opening up China, we defeated
This
the
is
Soviet
Chicago
Union.
mayoral candidate John Kitover.
And now
I'm in a
Trump is
podcast right now
And
called
Nixon going
Who
to
is the
China was
Powerhouse
So
in
that's
the
funny,
Middle
you see
East?
what
You're
Trump
about to
there.
hear
But I asked
from Jewish Americans and Israeli soldiers about the security crisis in the Middle East and in America. Here in Chicago, we have a financial crisis. The city is $100 billion in debt. The state of Illinois is $200 billion in debt. Brandon Johnson is a liar and a fraud. Alexei Giannopoulos killed Katie and Chloe and committed $400 million in bank fraud at Parkway Bank. And Susan Mendoza is a communist pension parasite. I need your like, your share, and your comment. And I need you to go to ChicagoMayorVote.com right now. Click the link above.
On his approach to Kissinger had to do with Vietnam mostly. And I'm not an American, nor do I, know much about Vietnam, so I won't speak about it. But I am interested in Israel, and I think that for those who say Jews are traitorous or, they're not loyal to the country, I think Henry Kissinger is a perfect example of a U.S. diplomat, the top diplomat. In fact, before Marco Rubio, he was the only U.S. diplomat that was both the Secretary of State and the senior national security advisor, which is unique and inappropriate at the same time. He was supremely concerned with the success of the United States, even if it meant Israel suffered. So why Kissinger is interesting to me, and again, I can't speak to anything about Vietnam. I literally know that
I have to put on the AC. We got this Chicago heat wave. It's so racist.
When it comes to Israel in '73,
the heat can be racist.
There's a great documentary. I think it's called "The 50 Years War: Arabs in Israel and the 50 Years War." It's on. I think it's a PBS documentary. If you haven't watched it, you're missing out. It's a great documentary.
Racist in the sense that you can't afford ComEd, and ComEd tells you to turn your electricity off because there's too much strain on the power grid. That's racist.
Reporters and whatnot, and then they interview Kissinger, and so basically, Kissinger was quite a fortune teller. He knew that the only way the Egyptians would ever make peace with Israel is if the Egyptians had some kind of Pyrrhic victory, some tangential, success, and that would placate them in order to make faith. That's exactly correct. And they interviewed Marvin Kalb, K-A-L-B, which is
well-known advisor at Times, right?
Yeah, it means dog, but anyway, it's kind of awkward. And then,
Not in English.
in Hebrew, in Arabic, sorry, Kalb. Anyway, I know he's not an Arab. It's just funny because it was an Arab-Israeli conflict. So Marvin Kalb was interviewed by the producers, and he said, and Henry Kissinger said, when Israel needs to get its nose bloodied, and then I think they interviewed someone else who said the same thing, and then they interviewed Kissinger, and he goes, I never said Israel needs to get its nose bloodied, and you know he did, right? Because he's quite an effective communicator, but he knew that if in fact Egypt could declare some form of victory in the Suez, that would, allow. Sorry, after in the Suez Canal when the Egyptians crossed.
73 they didn't have a.
I think Norm's right. I'm talking about 73 when they crossed the Suez Canal with the firehouses.
It's not a victory in the Suez, it's a victory in the Sinai.
You trying to fact correct him is hilarious.
Yeah. The Suez Canal. The Suez Canal was the demarcation line between Israel and Egypt. So when the Egyptians crossed the Suez Canal, quote unquote, into the Sinai, that was the victory.
The Suez, that's all. I didn't want people to misunderstand. You misspoke.
No, I didn't misspeak. The Suez. When I say the Suez, I'm referring to the canal. I'm not talking about the city. I'm talking about the canal. So, as I said, he had the foresight to recognize the Egyptians needed some form of victory. So the crossing of the Suez, meaning the canal, because it's not a place. Well, there's Suez City, but that's not what we're talking about. This is what was required. When Golda Meir turned the heat up and said, if we do resupply whilst the Soviets resupply the Egyptians and Syrians. God forbid we deploy a nuclear weapon. And that's when the Americans turned the taps on and Israeli losses were replenished by the Americans and they moved forward. So with respect to the Middle East only, again, I'm not even a lay reader of Southeast Asia, but with respect to the Middle East, Kissinger did get it right. And when I was older and I read his books, and I realized just how much he hates them for for Vietnam and Asia, it did not detract from the fact that he nailed it in the Middle East, and that's where we're at.
He nailed it with China. He nailed it with starting the SALT talks.
Again, you can say I can't, so I'm not saying you're wrong. I don't want to speak to something I'm not really knowledgeable about.
Abby, are you talking about Nixon?
No, well, it's part of the Nixon administration. We're talking about Kissinger. And
Kissinger was brilliant.
That was my biggest comment.
Okay.
All right, everybody, I want to thank you for coming here to Chicago Mayor Vote, but I need you to go to ChicagoMayorVote.com right now, because on February 23rd, 2027, I need your vote. I'm the Spencer Pratt of Chicago, and I need you to go to ChicagoMayorVote.com right now.
It's also with the SALT
I need you to follow me on X at John Kitover _
I mean, that was.
I need you to follow me at Chicago Mayor Vote.
That was a huge move.
Thank you for listening to this brief 7-minute video. Like the video, share the video, and let's liberate Chicago. Day number 1, we're going to cut property taxes 25% at a minimum for all homeowners in Chicago through home rule and mayoral decree. We will liberate ourselves from the Chicago Teachers Union, a mafia parasite organization sucking at the blood of homeowners in Chicago, inadequate schools, horrible curriculum, and communist indoctrination.
And then Ariel Sharon went behind them and encircled the Third Army. Just listen. Ariel Sharon went behind them and encircled them.
Hit that like button right now.
When did Ariel Sharon do that?
In the 73 war.
What day?
I don't remember the day. Why would the day matter?
It does matter.
No, it doesn't have. Well, wait, no, I'm going to finish what I have to say.
You said you can't correct me. You don't know enough
Yes, I did correct you because you said it was Suez.
The Suez Canal is a waterway down to Egypt. The Egyptians crossed the Suez Canal.
Yes, and they got encircled by Israel.
Ellie, what was the name of
sat here and listened to you, Buddha, for a very long time. I'm very disappointed that he didn't allow Norma to finish, even if he didn't disagree. I find that very, very strange, and I do respect you.
Norm has this habit of triggering people, even me.
Yeah, fair enough.
You
But
know,
still,
Norm will occasionally do things that like make people do things that are weird, and sometimes out of
I
character.
can't make anybody do anything.
no, that's
No,
a
I'm not saying you made people do it. I'm saying your words sometimes make people get out of sorts. That's all I'm saying.
Projection
That's
says
not
what?
That's not a you thing. That's an
Projection
thing.
says what?
Like sometimes what you say makes them get out of sorts.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
I was just describing the blow that won the 1973 war after the surprise attack by the Egyptians across the Suez Canal into the Sinai. And by the way, they told Arik Sharon, the lion, Ariel's lion, not to do it. He went ahead and did it anyway, and it made him one of the most daring military leaders in Israeli history, maybe in world history.
If it'll help, if you see the movie Golda, a lot of it's chronicled in that movie.
Yeah.
They describe the battle. They describe how the Israelis were losing that war.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a bad attack, and how they turned it around. But he turned it around, defying basically what he was told to do. He did it.
You're right. He's unbelievable. And simultaneously, we were losing against the Syrian tank offensive in the Golan Heights. It was really scary. I mean, I think it was like we had a handful of tanks compared to their dozens. I don't remember the exact numbers. And we lost a lot of.
It was down to one.
I mean, it's just breathtaking. We lost a lot of guys in tanks. It was really horrible. That's a bad way to go.
There's also a TV series about that war. I'm trying to remember the name.
Valley of Tears. That's the
Valley of Tears. Yes.
Oh, that's a brilliant. I remember seeing it.
Isn't that brilliant? It was wonderful.
Sad, but yeah. I like Israeli series.
I love them. They mastered the form. I like the fact that it was an autistic kid who was looking at the numbers and saying something isn't right here. Everybody was off for Yom Kippur. He's the one that spotted the tanks coming across the border from Syria.
That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah.
There's this one mountain. It's like a hill, like kind of quasi mountain. That's right. It's in the Golan, but basically when you go to see it, I had a guide explain this, that they really didn't, that they ran out of tanks and they ran out of jeeps, and they would go up the mountain and come down with their lights on, as if they had, they had the firepower, and then come down, turn their lights off, circle back around, go back up the mountain, and come down again, to try to give the impression that they had more tanks than they actually. It's a lot of ingenuity to try to fool the Syrian.
You got a show on the radio,
guys,
Cancel.
Abby, and when you meet them, you don't even know what to say to them. It's kind of like people who fought in these wars, including kibbutzniks, like they didn't even have any real material gain. They were just fighting for Israel out of pure love of Israel. It's just so moving. I erected a sukkah this year, well, I guess it was last year, with a guy who commanded a tank in the 67 war. And I was just so in awe of him. And he's from the kibbutz where, this is how we got to talking. He was from Adele's kibbutz.
Oh.
In,
Urim.
Yep, near Urim. Exactly. And I showed a picture. He said, that's my kibbutz. I showed him a picture of Adele and I.
And all I think about is that sukkah is a word in Russian, and when you erected one, I was like, okay, no more.
Wait, what's going on here? You did yet another Daniel move on me? What just happened?
Abby, can you invite Yudav?
Sure.
Rafi, what is sukkah? Rafi's here.
I'm saying a sukkah.
Yeah, Russia. In Russia, what is suka?
Suka?
No, suka blood.
Блядь, пиздец. Нет.
What are you all doing for the 4th?
What's happening on the 4th? Why is the 4th important? Is that Australia Day?
Kind of the same thing I do on my 3rd.
I was in
This is
Hong
John
Kong
Kitover, Chicago mayoral candidate,
July 1st,
February
and
23rd,
it's
2027.
Communist Day
I need
in
your
Hong
vote.
Kong.
I'm the Spencer
It was-
Pratt of Chicago,
they did
fighting to liberate
fireworks and
Chicago
everything. I
from
never
the
knew about that
pluralists,
before.
the progressives, the Democrat, communist, fascist, lying thieves.
Well,
Like
the
this
dream
video,
was to have
subscribe to this account,
the World
go
Cup
to John
game,
Kitover
the
on
semifinals,
Instagram,
have
go to
the US
ChicagoMayorVote.com.
play England
I
on the
need your
4th
signature
in
on the
Philly,
petition
but
to
they're in
liberate
different
Chicago.
tracks, so
Like,
they
share,
won't be
and
playing
comment
each other.
to this video.
Is the
I'm on a
USA
podcast
actually-
right
is the
now.
USA actually
We're
playing
talking
on the
about
4th?
America, 4th of July,
I don't
the
think
250-year
they decided who's playing in
celebration,
Philly.
liberty,
Who?
justice,
I
and
don't know.
law.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome for America to play on the 4th. I would definitely watch that. I don't think they're going to go any further regardless of who they play. I'm sorry to say it.
I mean, they showed a lot of heart with the red card. I don't really understand the game enough. There's so much that is completely different than how we play sports. But
They are, sorry, Abby. They're playing 7th of July against Belgium.
who, not till the
I
7th.
think- Yeah, 7th of July. I think they
Against-
have a chance against Belgium.
Who's
Against
playing?
who, sorry?
Who's playing on the 4th in Philly? What teams do you know?
Who are they playing?
not sure.
I didn't hear you, CJ. Who are they playing?
Belgium.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think that's going to be a struggle.
You
I
know,
don't think there's, tomorrow is,
There's Saturday
Yeah,
night.
sorry.
There's a game in Philly Saturday.
Tomorrow, Australia versus Egypt, guys. Come on.
hey, but Brett, you know what's great?
Okay.
Egypt's out. Iran is out.
No, Egypt's-
Iraq is out. That only leaves England as the only Muslim country left.
But Egypt's in. Australia.
No, they're out. They're not gonna.
No, they're playing Australia.
Yeah, but they can't win.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate your confidence.
No, Egypt can't win. Even if they win that game, I thought they couldn't progress.
What are you talking about? It's the round of 32, dude.
I thought it was.
Egypt's no. Egypt's playing Australia. The winner goes through.
Okay,
the
work
round
with me on the
of-
joke, okay?
Sorry, dude.
Australia and Egypt are not on 4th of July, by the way. So.
No, tonight.
Who's playing on? I could have sworn there's a game on the 4th at the link.
Okay, there is 3 matches. Colombia against Ghana. That's all on 4th of July. Colombia against
So
Ghana.
Ghana was just
against-
in Philly. So they're still in Philly again, Ghana?
1 second.
Because they were just
Okay.
there. They were buying cheesesteaks.
Kansas.
Who?
Kansas City.
Okay, so they're in Kansas. So then,
Morocco and Canada, Houston. Paraguay against France in Philadelphia.
oh, France is back. So when they were there, they literally closed off streets. The fans were insane. The French fans, surrounding the hotel where the team was staying. It was really a lot of like pandemonium with them. So and aren't they ranked number 1 for this?
They're not right.
Go to ChicagoMayorVote.com. I want to thank you for listening. This is a 3-minute little podcast. Comment, like, share, and subscribe. I gotta put the AC on. It's too hot here in Chicago. The heat is racist.
Argentina or Spain. These are the top 3 that people can say that they're because they have the best team. But now it's not it's not like a league or something. Whoever wins go to the other stage.
Red has Mbappe. He's doing very well. Did he get like 2 or 3?
Yeah, Mbappe is the best player.
I mean, we had the monopoly for sports betting for so long. So it's legal in, was it 30 some states?
All states, though.
No, it's not legal in all states.
No. I thought I saw a commercial from one of those two companies that said legal in all 50 states.
That's not that might be Calci, but not.
No, I thought it was one of
Not
the.
Phantom. No, sports betting is not legal in all the states.
Why is that? Just because I just don't want it to be?
Yeah, I mean, do you know that lotteries are illegal in my state? It's in the Constitution. In our state constitution, you cannot have a lottery.
Because I want to protect the gambling industry? That is. Wait, but what? Did they revise the Constitution? Because was the Constitution in place before?
I don't know when it got put in the Constitution.
For the industry? Yeah, it must have been.
I know it's in our Constitution.
That is interesting. Thank you. Learn something new every day.
Your government isn't allowed to bet.
Well, we don't have a limitation yet, so.
I have dreidels.
It's not there's no prohibition against it. It doesn't even bother usury.
Which is weird because if people say it's haram in Muslim in Islam, but if I tell you how big the Arab market is for high rollers here, I mean some of the top players.
It's like communism. You know, rules for thee, but not for me.
We have Yola back in the room again.
Who's YOLO?
She's the one that said she used to have an alliance on the Arab lands. She's betrayed to Israel.
That's hard. I think that's a little harsh. I think maybe I'm too liberal, but that seems harsh to me.
It seems draconian.
She could be right. She could be right. I mean, we might be wrong.
Respect the other side of your opinion and accept it. There is
I mean,
not
what's
only
even
regard.
better
Did someone translate that? Wait, did someone translate that? Okay, no, I just.
No, I don't care. I have maybe this is you.
The whole world needs.
Hold on, everyone quiet. I mean, it's hard to hear. Let me hear.
Yeah, it's really hard.
The whole
I
world
want
is
to
going
meet
to
anyone
convert to
else but
Islam very
themselves.
soon.
YOLO, what's your position?
No, this is your only perspective, not ours.
Hold on, guys, I want to hear her. I want to hear her position.
Are you talking to me? There's
She
someone
doesn't have.
else.
YOLO. She doesn't have.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I was. Oh, my.
Yeah, you're the only one who have. Yeah, you're the only one. You should like have everything you want. Like, just want you and clap our hands to you. Yeah, if this is what you want.
Excuse me?
This is
What did she say?
This is what.
I don't
This
know.
is what the movie did.
Does she gamble too? Did you bet on
Ruffy kicked out of the
Yola, did you gamble on the World Cup too?
I'm not here to.
Who'd you pick, Yola? What team do you want?
I don't really watch football and I don't care about.
It's soccer, but okay. But who did you?
Yeah, for me,
It's soccer, but who did you pick? Do you want Egypt to win, or did you want Iran to
I want
win?
Egypt, Moroccan, Portuguese, like I don't care. I mean,
Yeah. Did they all lose? Oh, who's still in it? Did you say Egypt's still in it? Morocco's still in it, right?
so it just
Are
are you sorry?
Jews don't belong in the Arab world. That's the word.
That's what I
Jews don't
asked.
belong there, really? So can I talk about the Abrahamic Center in Abu Dhabi? Because it's fucking gorgeous. It's so beautiful. It's one of the most beautiful complexes that I've seen in years. And it's the Catholic Church. The Catholic Church is. Wait, no, just stop for a sec. The Catholic Church that they built is drop dead magnificent architecture. The mosque is beautiful, and the synagogue is magnificent, and they're all housed in one facility. It's just fantastic. Everyone, it's great harmony in Abu Dhabi in the Abrahamic Center, like, and also we can talk about the Palestinian issue and Israel. So I want to quote your foreign minister. Hold on, Yehuda, because this is a subject. Yehuda, chill for a sec. This is a subject I know, and I spent a lot of time there. So to quote your foreign minister regarding the Abraham Accords and regarding the recognition and working with Israel, he said it's not if they will go in, but when they will go in. And there is a movement within the government, within the around the Crown Prince, and with people that are serving there now to really move in the direction of more recognition with Israel. And I can put those quotes if you want in the chat. I can put the names of the people that said it. You know, whatever you want for me to give you receipts on those comments. So there's definitely within Saudi a direction of that. There's business. Also, we saw the airspace of Saudi open up for planes coming from Israel, as well as the Israeli Prime Minister was able to fly through Saudi airspace to get to the UAE. So there is definitely a change within Saudi. And Yola, I want to say that I was very welcome there in all of my trips. And there's also there's a very rich Jewish history in a part of Saudi, which is an area we believe could be Mount Sinai. There's a religious argument that in fact Mount Sinai is not in the Sinai, but it is in Saudi, in the northern part, not far from Alula.
Yeah, and
So thank you.
it's an area, exactly.
So thank you, Yola, for that.
You're welcome. You're welcome. The only thing we allow for them to use is our space, so they can fly. That's the only thing.
Actually not. There's more, and there's more that happens with respect to security and sharing of intellectual. I know there is.
You always have a funny media, so maybe this is.
Well, Yossi Cohen definitely spent time over there with respect to. No,
the future will show it to us, and remember.
With the foggy media.
Al Arabiya.
They all was like to make it like shady to you and make you.
I want to finish with one thing. I also spent time with someone who is your minister of, let's call it media, as a woman, and which, by the way, congratulations on bringing more and more women into the government there. And Prince Rima is amazing.
Yeah,
She is fantastic. And I ate at her house in Washington kosher food that she brought in for us.
It's called halal. It's called halal.
No, kosher. She brought a kosher caterer in and did food for us.
That's the same.
No, listen to me. Yola,
Jewish people existed in this land since time immemorial. The Arabs had no written language at the time. They lived in Sana'a, not even Riyadh. Your capital was not the place. Okay? Mecca was a trading hub, a small one. Yathrib, Medina, was a bigger one. So when I hear a person saying, I'm a Saudi Arabian and Jews have a right to visit, but they have no right to live, I hear someone who does not know history. And why I am more vociferous in my criticism of you is because you possess the knowledge that your ancestors did not. You have a computer, you have a brain, you have fingertips, you can type this. You can literally type, what is the history of the Israelites right now? Grok, ChatGPT, Cloud, anything, and you will find the answer. You've not chosen to do it, but you have chosen to talk about it quite a lot, which is very, very weird to me. You have the ability to know where do Jews come from. Type it in, find out, you'll learn. The Jewish people come from what is now called the State of Israel. A state recreated after years and years and years of dispossession. The archaeological evidence in the land of Israel shows every single inscription, every single one, not all of them, not some, not 60, 100% of every stone, every pottery shard that has any writing on it is written in Hebrew, not Arabic. It's not written in Arabic. There was no Arabic. Arabic wasn't even written. It wasn't even a written language. But the Jews, I'm not done. The Jews, us, we had our language, our religion, our culture, far before anything. So I will say,
Because you have your prophet before us.
I will use an Arabic reference. In the age, Zaman al-Jahliya, in the age of ignorance, whilst your forefathers and mothers were in the Arabian Peninsula, Jewish people were praising God or Allah.
I would like you to respect when you talk about my father and mother and my sisters.
I'm not speaking about your. I'm not speaking about your father. I'm sorry.
No. This is the exact way you talk about. Okay, even for you, before your prophet came, your sisters was Jahiliyyah.
So she can
Let me land it. I'll do my
Unless
best.
you want to talk the whole time, because I would like to sleep. I would like to sleep.
Let me just finish. I'll finish in 1 second. Just
when
relax.
you're gonna finish, you keep talking.
Let me finish.
I know all this fact you talk about. I know this fact you talk about. I know it.
YOLO, 1 more minute.
Go ahead.
Hold on.
My point is,
so you can rebuttal it.
Yeah, so the people of Israel existed uninterrupted for over 1,000 years before any other people came into the equation. The Babylonians attacked us, the Neo-Assyrians attacked us. We were exiled, we came back. And then, after the Roman expulsion after 70 AD or CE, Jews were expelled across the world. That's why Rafik is in Russia, not because his ancestors decided to move to a cold wasteland. His family was sent there because that's where Jews were kicked out.
We know facts. We know facts. Skip this. We know it. Yeah, you're talking facts. We know it.
Jews went back to the land of Israel on
God take He forbidden the land from you because you didn't.
You're not a Jewish scholar.
Listen, because
you're not a sheikha. You're not a scholar of Judaism.
No, I'm nothing. I'm a normal human being. I'm normal human being talking to you.
Jesus Christ.
How are you Jewish and say Jesus Christ?
And you are mad that Jews purchased their land back. Well, get over it. Because you come from a country. Let me finish. I'm done. You come.
Can I just type? You can keep talking. And I will answer you by typing. What do you think about this?
Listen.
You're not making us look.
We put a clock on it. We put a clock on it.
30 seconds.
I want to
30
sleep.
seconds.
Let's end
You
this.
want 15 minutes and you let him only.
Yes.
Why anyone else should not speak?
Again,
صح والله صح. Why should not anybody else speak?
Let me have 30 seconds. I'm done.
Plus, I'm hungry. When I see your picture, like I want to.
Okay, YOLO. In 30 seconds, Rafi will ring a bell. Okay. Khalas,
Yeah,
okay?
this burrata and tomato is really delicious.
30 seconds is a lot of time. In 30 seconds,
Mir, shut the fuck up or fuck off. Mir, shut the fuck up.
Keep it respectful. Keep it respectful.
So 30 seconds, start me now. The Jewish people went back en masse in the 1880s to purchase our land back from the people who lived on it after it was stolen from us. You are talking from a kingdom that was created by a warlord in Arabia that won and beat out the Rashidis and the Hashemites. You have no business telling Jews where we can live at all. Zero business. You are literally a construct. Have a good day.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Is this the first time you talk to men? Hold on.
Have you talked to
Do you
men
think
before?
so? Do you think so?
We're not antagonizing. We're not antagonizing.
It sounds like them.
We're better than this. We're better than this.
No, I think it's true. They're not allowed to talk to
Come on now, YOLO was next. She waited for you to finish, okay? Come on.
Well,
Fair enough. What would you like to say to Yahuda? What you
You're
just
all
mentioned?
let me just say something. You're all brainwashed by the media, and you like it this way. Yeah, you like it this way. You don't want to believe anything else.
no, we question everything. We're critical things.
Hold on.
And right now, I'm talking to you riding my camel, going to the next village. So just keep it easy, because my camel is so slow.
So YOLO, do you have a rebuttal for what Yehuda said? Do you have anything?
Yeah, I want to say something. He was talking, لحظة, wait. He was talking about like family names and something happened in the Arabia, as he called it, before it came Saudi Arabia. This is our own business. All other countries have like we have never been colonized by any foreigner country or any foreigner race.
Except the Ottomans.
Just between, expect who?
Except the Ottomans, that's a good point.
Who's that?
The Turks.
The Ottomans.
These are actually Arab and Muslim. So
No,
they're
those
from
are
us.
Turks. They're a different group. They're Ottoman. It's a different empire. The Ottoman Empire.
No. You mean Uthmaniyin? They were Arab. They colonized
No,
Turkey.
I'm talking about the Ottoman Turks.
No. They're Arab. They're Arab. They colonized Turkey. They are.
They're not Arabs. I know they are.
They named after Uthman bin Affan, which
They're
is
from Mongolia. They're not Arabs.
Wait a second.
Mongolian who?
Not everyone that is Muslim is Arab.
The Ottoman Empire. Hold on.
Okay, so they're who? They're Mongolian?
Let's talk. Mongolian are the original Turkish was Mongolian before any other race came to Turkey.
So the Ottoman Empire controlled Saudi Arabia, right?
Like in America, who's the original people are there?
But you said you were never colonized, but you were.
Yeah, we have never
The Turks colonized Arabia for hundreds
No,
of years.
they colonized the south.
I want to ask you a quick question. I've noticed you have a problem pronunciation with the P.
Yeah, English is not my first language, so you can expect that. You can expect that. Otherwise, I'll talk to you in Arabic and answer me back. So appreciate I talk another language and I can talk to you. It's not my first language. I have to be fluent about it.
You're amazing in it. Whatever My question is to you. No, you have a problem pronunciation P. Is there?
Yeah, it's not my first language. I don't care.
Do you guys have a?
Can you hear care? Even care doesn't sound English. It sounds more Arabic.
I know, but do you guys have a P in your alphabet?
What does that mean? P? We don't have. We have just B. Ba.
Oh, ba. No,
so it's one letter.
That's right, because when you say people, it sounds like Beppo.
Yeah. I say it like that. Yeah, I say it bubble. So it means people.
Nice. So now my next question is.
I can type. If you can't hear me, I can type.
No. My next question is Palestine when you guys say it. Because it's pronounced as
No, we call it Philistine. We don't care how you pronounce it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because they say Palestine. That's why I always get confused. I'm like, how do you guys not have a letter P, but you name it?
So we will call it Al-Quds.
Ah, got it.
Got it.
That's the name of the
Okay,
mosque.
perfect,
It's in
perfect.
Jerusalem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you think
So
that?
now I forgot all what
So
you
I have one question. I have one. She's not going to answer you, Yehuda. She's not knowledgeable. But I
No,
have
I
one.
will answer.
So do
You
it.
asked
So
me-
do it.
You're so happy that someone from Saudi Arabia joining your room, so you keep asking me
No one's happy
questions
here. We're
and
trying to
you're-
have a conversation.
I don't know. I hear
we're
like
not-
a lot of
we're not
questions and
happy.
Okay, let's talk about it then. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. You told me that you used to be there before
we didn't
Muslims.
use you,
That's
of course.
100% true because your prophet came before us.
We were
You
before
said that
Arabs,
he wasn't.
not just Muslims.
Yeah.
Arabs.
Okay, and when your prophet came to your land and he tried to spread his message, and the Yehudi people didn't listen.
Yeah, we did listen.
And-
We actually went into the land after Moses died.
Wait.
We established a Jewish kingdom after the judges, and we created a
Did
Jewish
I
kingdom
interrupt
for 1,000
you when
years.
you was talking?
Yes,
Yes,
you
you did multiple times.
This is
But,
true.
guys,
So okay, so you want to
But
believe
his history
whatever
is
you
correct.
guys,
His
You want
history
to
is
believe-
correct.
do not interrupt.
you want to
her.
believe whatever you say. Go ahead and believe.
No, we
it.
want to
You
believe
make
the
me-
true history.
Why-
Okay,
Now, you know,
No, I
we
have-
can believe it. I'll tell you why we can believe it. Because the people of Israel exist in the state of Israel, and they dominate you. So yes, we're happy to believe it. We live in the real world, not you.
You're not a fucking Jew. Before your ancestors came and they became Yehudi people, what was they?
We weren't. Our ancestors didn't
you
come
wasn't-
there. We're Jews. We come from the land. You're
You come from-
usurpers that
what?
come from a
Like,
people
are you
back to
like
Sinai.
are you a tree? Are you a tree? Did you pop from the floor?
A tree that I what?
Yeah.
We come from Abraham. You may have heard of him.
Yeah, of course I heard of him. Peace upon Ibrahim.
Especially
I believe in Ibrahim. He's one of our prophets.
Yes, he's one of the prophets you borrowed from us
Yeah.
1,700 years later.
So if you're talking about it in this way, then why Christian people don't say Lebanon is for us and we belong to this land? We have to occupy
They
it.
literally
We have
do.
to be here.
Why
They
doesn't
literally
he say
do
that?
what? They literally do what?
Lebanon is a piece of Lebanon. What you don't know?
Yeah. Do you know that Arab country is okay? Do you know the Arab country is the place where all prophets came from, and there is more prophet than you know about. It's not the only three you're talking
Muhammad
about
is the
right
first
now.
Arab prophet. Muhammad in Islam is the first Arab prophet. What are you
I'm talking about Arab countries right now in these days. All prophets came from this land.
Okay, was Iraq Arab
Okay,
1,000
okay,
years ago?
so-
Was Iraq
so-
Arab? Was Syria Arab? Was
I'm
Egypt
talking
Arab? No,
about
it
it.
wasn't.
I just said this time. You don't want to hear
What
me
you're not
properly?
listening, what you're not listening to is that the entire Middle East was invaded by the
For
Arabs
now,
under
for
Omar.
now, Iraq is called Arab country. Either you
Yes,
like
because
it
it
or
was
not.
invaded by your
I just
ancestors.
said, okay, it was invaded. Even Spain was invaded. Even like China was invaded.
Of course, because Arab, that's what they do. They invaded. Look,
And what do you guys do?
Europe now. Of course. We know that. That's Islam.
You're right.
That's
not
Islam.
shit of a religion.
These people
Okay,
are
now
That's the Islam you want to know. That's the Islam you want to
are
know.
newcomers,
direct
and you are
attacks.
more than welcome. But this is our fucking region.
This is your fucking. The whole world is your region.
I'm
Come take my house. Come take my house. Come take my house. Come take my house. Come take my house.
Why would we want your house?
I don't know because you think all this world belongs to you.
For the halal
Only Israel.
No, it's not for you.
Listen,
Okay, I'm muting everybody right now. One mic at a fucking time. Do not fucking directly attack people on the stage. You will directly attack. I'll put you in the audience.
Okay.
I have a question.
Don't mute me, guys. Don't mute me. If you want me to leave, just tell me. Just tell me. I don't care.
You're not any fucking special. Remember that, YOLO. I muted every single fucking
No, I
person
was
on the stage.
talking.
Nobody overspeaks. Yes, because
YOLO,
I'm speaking and
Then when you mute everyone, just say it right away. Don't just mute as a team.
What she said is correct.
Don't just mute me like this.
I muted everybody. It's one button.
Then just say it. When you press the mute button, tell I'm muting everyone.
YOLO, he said it. YOLO, he said it.
He literally said I'm muting everybody.
Oh yeah, here's the thing. Y'all want to be dickish about Rafi doing it? Now you get the fun mod. Because I don't give a fuck about any of you, whether you're in here or not. Do not come into this space and be disrespectful. If Rafi's trying to be polite and pause everybody so that you're not rude, interruptive fucks who act like you don't know how to behave, be a grown person with self-control. It is not that challenging to be a grown-ass adult with self-control and wait, right? It's Rafi's room, it's Rafi's fucking house. It isn't that challenging. Wait until he's done fucking talking to come off mic. It's not that hard.
I just want to clarify, it's our house, bro. It's our home.
Okay, it's mine and yours, but I don't want to be a dick about that. I like to call it yours because it's easier, because then I cannot deal with the shit show that it is sometimes. But my point is, everybody who's a regular in here knows it's a one mic fucking policy. You don't need to sit on mic if you're not actively talking. And if the mods interject to slow everybody down because everybody got a little hyper and is talking over, it means shut the fuck up until they tell you it's your turn again. And it's really simple. We have always had that policy in here. We will always have that policy in here. The entire reason why Rafi has me helping him reset this house over the last couple months is to check the shit show that some of you pull. So it's done. It's over. It's gone. And nobody is so important that you need to be a shit show. There are lots of spaces on this app that allow shit shows. Not here. And if you can't behave for Rafi, who's nice, I'll just be a cunt and throw everybody. And Harry, don't come for me. You know, the only reason I don't have you blocked is courtesy to other people.
Are we allowed to talk now?
Yeah, you're good, Brent. Also, Brent, Yahuda, one second. Brent, read your message. I want to send an invite to somebody and give them the green light on it. What do you think?
Okay, I'm going to do that.
So just wanted to tie it up with a bow here. I mean, YOLO, I think, thinks that we're some of her indentured servants, you know, working for her in Saudi Arabia. I find it pretty annoying. But the point is, she didn't address any of the comments I made. Number one, Jews come from Israel, period. There's a United Kingdom, the United Monarchy. All of the archaeological evidence, regardless of what your particular flavor of Judaism is, demonstrates that. And the Arabs who come, where she comes from Sana or Yemen, migrated north and eventually took advantage of a power vacuum between the Romans and the Sasanian Empire. And that's why the region is Arab. The Egyptians were Coptic by then. Before then, they were polytheist Egyptians. I have no problem with it. That's how the world works. People migrate, there are wars and whatnot. However, where her argument falls apart is when she says the Jews have no right to live there, that it's Palestine. She doesn't know what Palestine means. She has no idea that the Philistines were Greeks that invaded Egypt and landed in Gaza. And the reason why it's important is because people like her and her voice is used to subjugate and malign Jewish people and turn us into quote-unquote white colonial oppressor nonsense. There's no difference between Europeans colonizing somewhere versus the nations in Africa doing it, or Arabs doing it, or the Chinese doing it. So this attack on humanity, which is probably not meant initially to attack Jews, but it's used to attack Jews. So I don't know where she is. I don't know if you dropped her, but it's ridiculous. Jewish people come from Judea. That's it.
I think we have Mir in the room who claimed that Hitler didn't finish the job, or should have finished the job.
Is that, is he on the stage, Mir?
Yeah, M-I-R, just down there.
Mir, how are you doing? How are you and your friend Hitler doing?
Mira, did you?
Then you will mute me or just try to tackle. I think it's better. I will go ahead and listen for now.
Well, you're on the stage, Mira. So
spoke.
Right.
Yeah, so
again, then you didn't let that lady speak. You see, that was one woman and you all were with one opinion, she was with other.
Okay, well, she's gone now. How about we give you 2 minutes, and then we'll ring a bell when you're finished. Is that fair, Mir?
It was simple. I was reading about Hitler, why he said that I will leave some of them alive to make the world realize how colonial they can become and how they will destroy the society in future. And that's what is happening. The Israel country is right now attacking almost every other country in their neighborhood.
Wow. So, Amir, you sound like the guy that really supports women's rights. You're really upset the way that Yola got spoken to. Does that really bother you? Only if she's a
what?
Once he said, it sounds like you support women's rights.
Only if they are Muslims.
Okay.
Feel scared when someone will not agree with you. That's your problem.
Well, we've allowed you to speak, and we're allowing you to speak, and we don't agree.
I never noticed everybody is quiet. You've been speaking so far.
I made my point. Why you are attacking every other country in your neighborhood?
Israel's not attacking every other country, but if you'd like to, they can.
Because go ahead and read what the Prime Minister is saying.
Mir, give us a country. Give us the name of a country, and then we'll discuss each one. Give us the name of a country that Israel is attacking, and I will tell you why. Which one first? Yemen?
I know. The reason you have reason that the way Hitler
I thought you asked. I thought you asked why.
I don't think he knows any of the countries, Daniel. He's just making up. I don't think he knows the countries.
I don't think that's much.
No, it's a fair question. Mir, it's a fair question. Just name one country. You said we're attacking so many countries. Just name one country so we can discuss that country. Is that fair?
The one that you're most confused about, or the one that comes up to your mind first. I'll give you a reason why.
It's Narnia. I think they're attacking Narnia.
Narnia, you mean Palestine?
Have a peace treaty with Narnia.
You mean Palestine?
Come on, guys, I don't need everybody off mic at the same time. You guys, again, then you're
Me,
the
for
same
example,
fucking shit you
Lebanon.
just complained about. You guys are fucking doing it to everybody. You guys are all like literally retarded.
Okay, Mir, one country, Mir, and so we can discuss that one country.
Syria, Lebanon.
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
Did he say Libya?
No,
Syria,
shut up
Syria.
for 1 fucking second. He said Syria first country. Let's go with Syria. Is that fair, Mir? Can we start with Syria?
Go ahead.
Okay, but do you know anything about it or no? Or or the people are gonna teach you know something about Syria?
Why are you attacking innocent people in Syria?
Nobody's doing that. We rescued the Druze.
So hold on, Norm, 1 second. The only thing you know is about that Israel is attacking innocent people, nothing else, right? That's the only thing you know.
J. Trump, the President of the United States, recently in a statement said that I must tell the Prime Minister of Israel that when he's blowing up an entire building for killing one person, he must know that there are other people as well. What about those people? That's the U.S. President's not
amazing. Okay, so who's who? Okay, guys. You said it. Thank you, Peter. Who would like to go next?
I think Daniel was the one that asked the question, Rafi.
Daniel, you asked the question. Daniel, take over if you would like, or you can pass it on. You choose.
If someone wants to answer, I don't mind. Like there are many countries. I don't think that he really knows. I'll just give you a blanket statement, okay? We're not attacking innocent civilians. In no case. I can tell you that in any war, civilians die, unfortunately. Israel is defending itself. As a general blanket statement, if you want. If you don't want Israel to attack, just behave.
I said it in the beginning, you will justify your attacks. Definitely you are
justified. Of course, but it's justified.
But see,
it's justified.
That was my
point. I think your problem is that you do not justify Israel's existence, right? And it doesn't matter what we say or do, it will not be justified.
With the existence of Israel and the existence of Jews.
You don't agree with it, right?
Let's ask Mir, how do you 50%? Don't you think you need to be worrying about that?
There are so many problems in Asia. And,
so you want to talk about Jews? How about this? Literally.
No, it was your topic.
Minecraft. Listen, dude. No one cares. You look at yourself. Look at your community. What are you doing in the world? And then look at Israel. And then shut the fuck up. How's that?
Please remember that when I invited you to speak, Mir, because in the chat you wrote that Hitler should have finished the job. That was your starting point. You got to understand, Mir.
He's talking like
I need the YouTube moderators to understand the context of this conversation, to re-review it, in case there's any dispute or belief that something inappropriate was said that violates community guideline policy. Go to Chicago News Incorporated or John Kitover News. I'm a journalist, putting this within the proper context of journalism. This is an online debate podcast between opposing parties, the Free Palestiners and the Zionists.
And the United Nations had the findings which say how cruel you can be, how many children you have destroyed. How many children? What you can say. That's not what we have that actual.
Is Mir from Pakistan?
Okay, I have one question for Mir.
I would like to ask him a question.
Okay, Clint, after me, 1 second. After Clint, after me. Just one question. Mir, do you genuinely believe what you said in the chat, or did you just say it because you wanted to get under the skin? Do you genuinely believe that Hitler should have finished the job? Genuinely, I'm asking you, Chat. No, I'm asking Mir, guys. Just Mir.
No, that was, I said repeatedly, that was just to make you realize how you sound to the people. I know that sounds really bad.
I accept that.
Then why do you say
Guys, I accept that.
Why do you accept that? Brett, you don't say that without meaning it. I'm sorry to say. No, 1 second, Kim.
I say lots of things without meaning it, Ralph.
Kim, I understand, Kim. You were trying to get into Cuba. Yeah, is he from Pakistan? Mir, are you Pakistani? You're Bangladeshi?
Mir is an Urdu name. His accent is clear.
So, I mean, Mir, how do you feel about the fact that your country murdered up to 3 million Hindu civilians in 1971?
I'm really bad about it.
Cool. So do you think that maybe people are kind of hypocritical?
So first of all, you tell me one thing, Clinton. Whatever your religion is, whatever your culture is, do you have Clinton? Okay, Clinton. Tell me, do you have 0.001% contribution of your existence, your religion, your values, your culture? Is there any your own contribution, or it's all what you have got because you were born there? If you were born in Pakistan, if you were born in some other country, you will be like that.
So when you're on the defense, then you don't want to be lumped in with a group of people, but when you're on the offense and criticizing Israel, then you use gross generalizations about Israel, and you would do the false appeal to authority fallacy, pointing to the corrupt UN as if it's some kind of moral standard. I think life in the world and politics is a little more complicated. I think a lot of bad things have happened in the world, all around the world, and all throughout history, and we can look at Pakistan for hundreds of examples of that, and we can look at the Muslims in South Asia over time, and the 84 million Hindus that they've killed over time throughout history. We can look at the 84 million Hindus that have been genocided by Muslims in South Asia, okay? And your fixation on the actions of Israel, in all of its existence,
explain me that.
In all of its existence, Israel has killed fewer Muslims than Muslims have killed, like in a single year, and you all obsess over it. You all fixate on it. It's not based on any kind of moral standard.
You have a competition on number of killings.
It is generally accepted that when Muslims invaded South Asia, they killed over 80 million Hindus during the conquest.
He's referring to the Mughal invasions of the continent.
But if you want to get more modern, originally I was referring to the Bangladeshi-Pakistan Civil War in 1971, in which somewhere between 300,000 and 3 million Hindus, civilians in Bangladesh, were murdered by Muslims.
What's rich about it, Clint, is that Mir, if it wasn't
naive to believe that he didn't mean it.
Maybe a step in the right direction.
It's a different now. There is no right direction. When you come from those regions, you don't come with right directions. You come from Islam. Islam is not the religion of peace. So you know he's not coming from a peaceful way. He knew exactly what he said, and they said it from the beginning. But let's move on. I'm sorry to say.
Wait, I have a question for Mir. Hold on, Mir.
John, go. It's all you.
So, this is just like a very practical sort of logistical question, right? Do you agree that Hamas has tunnels under Gaza before October 7th? Do you agree that there were a large array of tunnels longer than the New York City subway system, longer than the London Tube? Do you agree? Correct?
And you agree on something if you've been told something is happening in Japan or some other country which is very far from your country. What you rely on? One second. What you rely on to agree on that? You rely on the findings of the international organization. You rely on the sort of
You're right. I don't lie to you.
You rely on the names of the we build them.
No, we didn't. I haven't made my point yet.
You didn't let any other country operate there. That's the problem. Questionable. Until not verified by an international organization like you.
I can show you the books today.
Stop. I haven't made a point. Can you just agree? I haven't made my point yet. You have to agree on this one fact first. You agree that there were tunnels.
I don't have a reason to believe in it or agree with it. I don't have a reason.
Hamas videotaped it themselves. Your co-religionists videotaped it, not Israel. Hamas. Do they have their own videos of tunnels?
Can I just point out that Hamas controlled Gaza for 18 years before October 7th. There's been 18 years of news stories about the tunnels being dug, including a report about over 600 Palestinian kids who have died over that time digging tunnels for them. Since Mir is obsessed with, the children, apparently only children are involved. Does he have anything to say about the fact that people get more of a fit over children working in sweatshops for Nike than they do about the kids dying digging tunnels for Hamas?
Actually, I'm a bit confused here because on one hand you're saying that children are dying, so you are getting information from Gaza. On the other hand, you don't believe some of the information. So why do you believe the children died if there are no journalists there?
Mir, just to please try and get here.
Whatever I am seeing is coming from the findings of the UN, not my personal.
Hold on. This isn't a UN thing. Does Hamas have tunnels? Stop. Does Hamas have tunnels under Gaza that they use, that they built for 20 years, that they used to help them infiltrate into Israel and kidnap people? Did they have that, yes or no? Just agree or not agree on that one fact.
We don't, again, care what the media says. What do you believe there? Were the tunnels there? No, but he goes back to the media. He's just letting and diverting, right? He's making us sound that's what we heard and shit.
Mir, were there tunnels? This isn't a propaganda thing.
I'll tell you my take on this. The International Criminal Court has arrested that includes Hamas also. Let me put. I'm talking about Hamas.
I'm gonna mute you. I'm talking about Hamas. I'm not talking about Hamas. Hold on, Dr. Amin. I'll give you a second for here. I don't need your answer. I need Mir's answer. So Mir, we're speaking to you on John asked you a specific question. Her opinion. The tunnels were there or not. I don't care if Bibi Netanyahu has 5 or 6 I don't care if it doesn't children
Yes, tunnels were there. Let me agree with
down there. It went for miles and miles and miles and miles, all across Gaza, from north into south. And it was, and there were maps, and it was very, very, very detailed.
So I want to say, Mir.
So do you think the children could have gone down there, their families?
John, let me just say something. Mir, it's the same tunnel that you saw, what's her name, Sinwar, running with his wife in the tunnel where she had an $80,000 handbag, holding an $80,000 handbag.
Okay, right now
big tunnel.
Are we stooping so low? Rafi, seriously?
It's not low.
We're going to the bags, we're going to the shopping now.
No, because what's low is you, because you know that they fucked up, but you want to blame the Jew. Your brothers.
Blaming the Jew. First of all, there are differences between Jews and white colonialists.
Of course. Your cousins, the same people that say, I'm Muslim and you're Muslim, were brothers. They didn't give a shit about that Muslim. One Muslim didn't care about a Muslim. How disgusting is that, Mir? Isn't that disgusting?
How disgusting is that?
That's disgusting. That is disgusting in my eyes.
Was that a question?
One Muslim didn't. No, I'm saying, in my eyes, one Muslim not helping another Muslim is disgusting in my eyes. It's like a
question. You are entitled to your opinion. You know, I will tell you, in Indian subcontinent.
So what's your...
I'll tell you, in Indian subcontinent, there are people, millions of people, who still drink cow urine and throw the milk in water. That's their opinion, let them do. Come on.
But Mir, do you think it would have been really nice of Hamas to build, like a bomb shelter for civilians in Gaza?
At the first place, people were not happy to build.
John, when Israel has like the latest, what the fuck? When Israel has the latest planes, with the best really sighting. Yeah, hey, what's up, Rafi? What up, my boy? I just want to ask John a question, please, Rafi.
No problem.
My baby. So, like, Israel has the latest shit. Like, they have the best forensic sight. They can distinguish between an animal and a human being. Why do they choose to, bomb indiscriminately?
They don't bomb indiscriminately.
That's retarded. That is absolutely retarded. Are you 14 years old?
Can I finish?
Tell me, what is the X-ray technology that
tell me, how did,
why did
they bomb that World Kitchen? Why did they bomb Sharina?
No. Let's go back to what you said. You said that the Israelis can see inside buildings and they can see inside buildings.
No, I said they bombed indiscriminately. They bombed indiscriminately. And they have informants.
First of all, that's not true, but also...
Plus Israel have informants. Israel have informants inside these buildings. Israel has informants.
You want to walk back your retarded statement?
Wait, hold on. You're being evasive. You're speeding around the bush. So Israel have informants.
I'm going back to what you said.
Israel.
What you said.
Israel has informants.
You said that the Israelis can see inside buildings.
Israel has informants. Yes, they have human intelligence. They have human intelligence as Palestinians.
Malik, 1 second. Malik, you have 1 minute, and then Clint.
All right. Go.
Malik, you have 1 minute, then Clint can reply.
What I'm trying to say is, there is human intelligence working with Israel, who are Palestinians. They know who's in the building. But Israel says, you know what, it's a retribution. They kill one of us, we got to take many of them. That's how Israel sees it.
Whenever they said that,
that's like
true. Yeah, so you're saying 75,000
people provide quotations or citations for
that's how they do it. Even the Hannibal.
Which Israelis say what you're claiming they said. I want to
So 75,000.
And what is this human intelligence? You're just waving your hands around.
All these hospitals. Even the hospitals.
Okay, so Brett, you said that he could talk and then I could respond, and he's talking over me.
Have you finished, Malik? Have you finished your statement?
I'm saying at the minute over, go ahead.
Okay, now shut the fuck up.
Suck my dick.
You're throwing out buzzwords like human intelligence. You don't even know what that means. Hold on. You're such a fucking grifter, dude.
Here's what Malik would have wanted. Malik would have wanted the IDF to wait like 4 days after October 7th.
Hold on, John, I'll let you speak 1 second, please. Sorry, I'm interrupting you, bro. Guys, I want to hear fucking direct attacks on anybody. I hear direct attacks, you guys are gonna be the audience. I'm fucking directly attacking each other. Fucking argue with facts.
Okay, Clint.
Okay, if you want to argue with facts, it's not enough to just throw out buzzwords. They have no idea what they might.
So respond to what he said.
exactly who's in every single building. That's not how war works. Grow the fuck up. Second of all, we're all talking about whether or not the Palestinian civilians should have been let in the tunnels. None of us are talking about why the fuck none of the civilians were allowed to leave Gaza, okay? You had, what, like 10 million Syrian refugees during that civil war? You had 7 million Ukrainian refugees during the war in Ukraine? And no one even talks about the fact that Gazan civilians weren't allowed to cross into Egypt?
I'm out crossing to Israel. I'm out crossing to Israel. They can't cross into Israel.
It's not your turn to talk. It's not your turn to talk. Shut the fuck up. No one's talking about the fact that Egypt is in violation of a treaty that it signed in 1969 to let refugees fleeing conflict into its territory. No one even fucking cares. And as soon as you bring this point up, they all say, oh, well, we don't want to allow ethnic cleansing. Okay, the same fucking people saying that there's a genocide happening will then say, no, you have to stay where the genocide is happening because we don't want ethnic cleansing. Make that fucking make sense. These people are a fucking joke. They're all fucking, they have the IQ of a fucking turtle, okay? They throw out buzzwords. They're like a fucking ruptured colostomy bag of words.
So that's your meaning. That's your meaning. So Malik, the point that he made about not allowing the Palestinian civilians to go in the tunnels, because if we care about people, right, we would want to protect our people. So why do you think they wouldn't allow them to go into the tunnels, Malik? Malik's on the phone.
It doesn't matter. He just recycles like Reddit.
It's okay. They're all the same. I would have loved to hear his response to that question.
Can I just point something out to like what this actually is, what's going on here with people like Malik and the guy before him and the girl before him? This is not actual dialogue, okay? This is not actual debate. They're not here to have a conversation. They are here to conduct cognitive warfare, which is to make conversation seem absurd. They say absurd things, and they make you chase after it, and they make you take them seriously, to make you think that discussion and analysis and trying to find the truth is itself an absurd thing, okay? They're trying to make the formation of opinions seem impossible. That's what they're doing. They're trying to confuse and demoralize you because they're pussies. They're not actually able to wage physical jihad, so this is the way they do their little pussy jihad, by coming on apps and talking bullshit that they know is bullshit. That's how they are.
I think we all know that, and I think the people in the audience who are confused on the subject of Israel-Palestine will see that as well, especially conversing.
But they should also know like why they're doing what they're doing, why they say the retarded shit that they say.
Exactly, which is what you expressed, so people would hear them. Have you asked the question? Has anyone actually given a response to that question as to why they didn't allow people in the tunnels? Has any Muslim given you a response to that?
Well, I always ask why they weren't allowed to just go into Egypt or just go into other third countries like in every single other war in history.
The tunnels are for the fighters. I've heard two things. The tunnels are for the tunnels. The tunnels are for the fighters, and also they are grateful for the blood of the martyrs. They congratulate the martyrs and celebrate them. So they want to maximize the number of martyrs. Those are the two answers.
Yeah, we know this.
I mean, the tunnels, at the end of the day, they are military infrastructure. They're built underneath civilian infrastructure, but they were for a military and terroristic purpose. They were never meant for civilian, like bomb shelters. But the real question is, because it implicates the rest of the world, not just the Palestinians, is why were the civilians not allowed to flee Gaza the way civilians are normally allowed to flee war zones in every other conflict?
The answer what they're saying is due to the evil Israeli empire. The poor Gazans wanted to smuggle sugar and cookies for children's birthdays, and they had to build tunnels so they can get them. And that is literally an answer.
No, I think the reason that I've heard.
No, it's not a reason. I'm saying that's what they say.
Yeah, but I've heard them say the reason that they weren't allowed to go into Egypt and flee is because they were scared that Israel would then occupy the territory and we wouldn't allow them to come back. That's what they said.
But that is also absurd because then what? So you stay then where you're supposedly suffering another fucking Holocaust? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, well, there's no sense and the argument they hold aren't the same thing, right?
Try to apply that argument to any other actual genocide that happened in history. Say, oh, well, the Jews, they shouldn't
argument. It's the only argument they got.
It's literally the only argument they have. And no one asks it enough. No one asks them enough. And Egypt and the UN and all and the refugee agencies, why did you not push for the civilians to flee the war zone? The war zone in Gaza is not that big. It's the same size as Washington, D.C. That's the size of Gaza. That's it.
There was
You have 2 million people living there. And you don't let civilians flee? Like, people compare Mosul during the fight against ISIS and how, like, civilians were allowed to flee then. They're not allowed to flee in Gaza. And everyone's in on it. Everyone is complicit.
Where could they have fled to? Basically just silo, right?
Egypt or a third country.
Yeah, I don't think anyone wants them. I think that's the issue. I mean, genuinely.
Listen, if Europe can take 10 million or whatever, like South Africans and Syrians, but they wouldn't take Palestinians, why? Because it's kind of made to look Israel look bad. And there is no genocide. That's the reason. That's why the doors weren't open. Like, no Jew in Auschwitz would be like, yeah, I don't want to leave Auschwitz because there might be a German that steals my home and leaves. You'd leave.
Yeah, it's absurd. And also, Brett, what you were saying is the reason that wait, what was the question you asked again? Sorry.
Like
why? No, like why they weren't allowed to leave. Sorry, just totally blanked. Fuck.
Yeah, his question was if a train leaves Philadelphia at 2 o'clock at 100 kilometers an hour.
It's not open.
I can't remember what I asked. Who's next?
Let's get someone really ecumenical like Shuki up.
It'd be nice to have someone intelligent on the other side that can actually debate. Facts. I haven't been there. Yeah. There hasn't been anyone today.
Yeah, it's been pretty bad. We had Mir, who was like still justifying the Hitler thing. So not so good. We had YOLO.
I don't think he was.
No, he asked for someone intelligent, Master. You see, the thing is, they're not very... all of them are not very intelligent. That's the problem.
You want intelligence between people that tell it 3% of them are illiterate. Like, don't you have a shame in your face? Why are you demanding something? It's impossible.
Okay, talking about intelligence. Mir has decided to come back to speak to us.
See, actually the problem is I should not be the person having this debate.
Of course you should.
One second.
Give him 1 minute, Shuki. One minute.
Come on, calm down. So it should be a Palestine. Or anyone from
it should be Qusam Makaz.
Come on. Since you killed them all, there's no one left to talk to you. Come on.
Good. Kill them all.
Your facts will be
good. Kill them all. Even a baby, when he's 9 months in his mother's belly, should be shot. Should be shot immediately.
Is there anyone else in the room apart from me that wants to listen to Mir for at least 30 seconds? Shuki.
No, moderator. What happened to your conscience when you hear I don't know.
What happened to my conscience when I hear that the Palestinian baby is dying? I'm celebrating. I'm opening a bottle of whiskey.
Why do you feel when someone is celebrating?
Because I just have...
I want everybody to know that within the context of this conversation, I am a news journalist working for Chicago News Incorporated, listening to an online debate. These are not actual threats, and we are listening to a heated conversation and reporting it and pointing it out for news purposes.
I know what they're gonna do. That's a Nazi idea. This is Nazi ideology. You are not a Jew. You are a Hamas ideology. That's what Hamas. No, listen. much you ruin your dog.